Hey everyone, I'm Seth, and today I'll be making my first YouTube video. Don't have a channel name, but by the time you see this, I will. So last year, at the end of the year, a couple weeks ago, we bought the new 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Today we'll be doing our first mod. But before we get started, I did want to give a shout out to Ben and Cassie at JK Gears and Gadgets. Check their channel out if you haven't seen it yet. It's awesome. I've seen all of their Gladiator videos, which inspired me to make this one. But today we'll be installing the Mopar Jeep Tonneau cover, the roll-up one. So I haven't seen a video out yet, so I wanted to put one together. I've seen a video of the trifold, but this is the actual roll-up. So we're gonna get started, and thanks for watching. All right, quickly, just wanna show you the part number, the Mopar part number here for this specific cover. And this is what the actual sheet looks like with the instructions for the tonneau cover. And when you open the box, you can see the actual cover there, and then we've got a box here of hardware, which actually I'll take over to the bench here shortly, and we'll inventory just to make sure that we have all the parts we need before we get started. All right, so you can see the cover sitting in the box. Once you remove the styrofoam, you'll see this actual bracket. Basically, there's one on each side. This goes flat against the back of the bed closest to the window. So the first step is actually just picking this up, placing it on top, which will probably need help. We're gonna go ahead and set this on and line those brackets up. As you can see here, if I walk around to the truck, there's two holes there. So it's gonna fit in there, and then we're gonna mount it in. All right, so one thing I noticed, if your truck is got a spray-in bed liner like mine does, you'll want to pre-screw in the bolt, really just to make sure that you're gonna have a good fit before you get the top on. So that's what we're doing here. Basically, the top has a stud that's gonna go in here, and then you've got your bottom bolt that's gonna mount here. So I would just recommend going ahead and pre-fitting that just so that you can get the liner out of the way. All right, step one is complete. I'm just gonna give you a quick shot here of what it should look like. It's pretty straightforward, right? So you got the bottom bolt in there, it's threaded. Tighten that down to, I think it's 11 foot-pounds of torque. Same thing on the other side. The top, you saw the stud. As I showed you earlier, it slides into that top part, and as you tighten it, it pulls it in. So again, pretty simple. First part of the installation is done. We'll move to the back brackets now. All right, so the next step really before you can install the back brackets, you can see this pre-cut out here on both sides. It's pretty simple. We're just gonna take our box knife and cut that out, and then there will be two mounting points there. So we're gonna do that real quick. Ta-da! And that's what it should look like. Pretty simple. All right, now we just have the two remaining brackets to install. As you'll see right here, just like the first brackets on the front, you've got two studs here. Those two studs are gonna go right here. And as you can see, you've got threaded holes on each side for the two screws. So pretty simple. We're gonna install this on both sides. And that's pretty much it. We'll be complete. So let me put this in real quick. All right, so now that we have the two final brackets fully installed, really all we gotta do is just roll the bed out. So I've already unstrapped the other side, but this right here is really designed for if you wanna drive around with it rolled up full time, you can easily strap it in and you're good to go. But essentially all you have to do is just roll it out It's got good seals on the outside, I've noticed. It also had seals along the back windshield of the bedside. But essentially what you do when you get it here, when you flip it over, you've got to get that latch in the groove on both. And then when you pull it down, you hear it latch, snaps in. All you do is fold this over, close the bed, you're done. You can also quickly see down the sides, the overlap. So it's gonna have a good seal on the side as well. Or I guess I'll let you know once I'm driving around with it, it rains. But everything that I've read and heard about it, that it does seal well. I think it gives an overall good look to the Jeep. So looking forward to attaching another video. We'll get out of here, out in the light, show you what it looks like. Last thing I want to show you is how you open it. It's really easy. It's got quick release. Wait a minute. What is that in the air? Okay, first thing you do is just you flip this back. You've got a quick release on both sides. One there, one on this side, and then you can just roll it back. You can do it one hand. I said you could do it one hand. You can do it by yourself. That's it. All right, first time to drive it with the top on, did great. Just wanted to give you guys a video now that we've got it out of the driveway. And yes, the top is off. It's 70 here in Texas in January, so had to get the top off. But it kind of gives you a view of what it looks like. Obviously, the top is on, but I think it looks great. One thing that I would say that a lot of things I've read about that people are concerned about is the ability to lock it. And so, although it doesn't really have a lock, when the Jeep is unlocked, the tailgate comes down. When the Jeep is locked, the tailgate locks, therefore this locks. So what I would say is that, as we all know, if somebody wants in bad enough, they can get in. But it's enough of a, I guess, a deterrent, if you will, to keep them away. So I think this will be the end of the video. The one thing that I do want to just kind of add at the end is, I know there's a lot of options out there. There's a lot of aftermarket options. This is definitely not the cheapest one. I did get a good deal from my dealership that I bought the Jeep from. They gave it to me at their cost, I think, which was I believe it was $775 or something like that. But for me, it's going to work really well just because of the ability for it to easily roll up and easily take off. It's not something that I always want on the Jeep. As you saw with the install, there's really just a couple of bolts, so I could actually, I think, probably take 2 bolts off to take the whole thing off, or I could just roll it up. So again, it may not be the one for you, but at least you see how easy it is to go on, how it looks, and the functionality of it. So thanks again for watching the video. Please let me know if you have any comments or questions. Let us know how we did.